Hello and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes, and I am sitting next to... No, you don't get to start yet. No. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
He's like, I'm here. I just realized I have an old logo on of our company. Womp womp. Old logo. Go snap. That's okay. We like the Running Man.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. Are you ready to jump in?
I'm always ready to jump in.
Are you ready to quit fucking around?
Yeah, let's go.
So last week's episode kind of blew up, right? Like we get DMs and people that tell us when an episode hit, sometimes when they don't like them, but last week flat out crushed. So if you did not get a chance to catch it, please go back and watch or listen, however you get your podcast. But the premise was how trying to be balanced creates mediocre results. But being aligned is where all the impact is. So we rarely do this, but today we're going to turn this into a little bit of a series to extend that message.
Yeah, and I know we're the ones talking, we're the ones delivering the message, but if you go back and listen to last week, you can even hear me say, I got stopped dead in my tracks and said, man, this hit me, the guilt thing, because I've lived this.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we can speak to this stuff.
Yeah. And this is exactly why we want to talk about building capacity today so that you don't feel like you're always behind. This is very autobiographical. Yeah. If I could get that word out.
It is. You are right. So
it's a bigger word than precipice. This is very Jesus. You know what I'm trying to say? Go.
We have lived this life, and that's what we're talking about. Autobiographical. Yes. So if you're listening right now, I already know something about you. You are not lazy. You are not unmotivated. You're not someone who doesn't care. I know that about you. You're someone who shows up. You built a career, you built a business, you built a family, you built a life. And the problem is you built it by being the one who handled everything. Does that sound? Am I speaking to you? Is that right? Yes. Everyone raise their hand. If you're driving right now, keep both hands on the wheel. Just nod. You nod with me. But lately, you're tired. Not the I kind of need a nap tired. I'm talking about the kind of tired that comes from carrying too much for too long. If you've ever thought, I am maxed out and I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this, then this episode is for you. This is why we're continuing this, because this week isn't about hustle. This week is about building capacity.
Yeah. Yep. I will be very honest. I have felt maxed out recently. And Matt and I have had several conversations about it. And I will say you've been great at offering suggestions on the days that I need it and letting me vent on the days that I also need that. But between clients, systems, leadership, planning, execution, I feel like I've been sprinting all day. And I noticed something. Very recently, Matt and I were spending our downtime out of the house because if we stay home, we keep working. And that hit me. Even my rest was exhausting, right? Downtime felt like a strategy. And I wasn't recovering. I was escaping. And that's when I realized this isn't a motivation problem. It's a capacity problem. Like, I don't have the bandwidth for this. And I think that's what a lot of high performers don't want to admit. You don't struggle with effort. My people, like the people that gravitate to me as a coach, they're not the kind that need extra motivation. They are motivated. It's those of us that I'm like, you have to stop. You have to slow down. You have to slow down. You don't struggle with effort, right? You struggle with shutting it off. Your brain is trained to produce, to solve, to improve, but it doesn't know how to rest. And when you don't shut down, you slowly lose space internally. Again, there's that tech analogy that, like, when you have too many windows running, what happens? Your computer gets bogged down. I don't know why I had computer problems earlier today. It was crazy.
Autobiographical.
So
here's the trap, though, the high performers trap. The better you get at producing, the harder it becomes to stop producing. When you're running teams, you're managing clients, you're making financial decisions, you're leading at home, you're doing all the things, your nervous system adapts to that output. It scientifically, it adapts to that output. And suddenly, you're not just working a lot. You are living a new lifestyle. You're living like you're always behind. That's where that guilt, if you heard me just say a few minutes ago, you're always behind. That's where that hit me last week with the guilt. Even on weekends, even at dinners, even on vacation. Your body's at home, but your mind's still at work. That's where burnout starts. And it's not because you're weak. We've already established that. But it's because you never shut down.
Should we say the word together? Ready? Auto.
Now I have you say it on your own.
Auto.
Capacitated?
What? Oh, you're so funny.
Inside joke from last night.
That's a very inside joke.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless
Devastated.
your heart. Autobiographical. But
that was a word I couldn't pronounce last night. So now that's why I brought that up.
God got me with autobiographical today. So
yeah.
Now we're even, I guess. But back to the burnout. I love what you just said. Right? Do you remember
never shut down? Yeah.
The last vacation we went on? It was like 3 days. I just didn't get out of bed. Like, do you want to do this? No, I don't. That's not okay, guys, right? And burnout is not always dramatic, right? Sometimes it looks like snapping quicker, right? Feeling impatient, not enjoying the things you work hard for, feeling disconnected at home. It's very subtle at first, but it compounds.
Yeah. And here's the truth. Burnout doesn't come from working hard, but it comes from never recovering. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want anyone to hear the message you shouldn't work hard. I think you should work your fucking ass off. Yeah. You've got to go hard. You've got to do these. But it comes from not recovering. You have to recover. And when you never recover, you lose capacity. That's the point. Mm-hmm. When you lose capacity, everything feels heavier. The training feels harder. The financial decisions feel harder. The business feels overwhelming. Money just becomes stressful. Family feels like it's just another responsibility. And you didn't lose discipline. You lost internal space. You're still motivated. You just lost internal space. And capacity it's the ability to carry your life without resentment, without fatigue, and without emotional volatility. You talked about snapping a little earlier. It's all those things, having the capacity to handle the things coming at you. It's being able to handle all of those responsibilities without being depleted by them, without them wearing you out and making you not the person that you are. But here's the good news. Capacity is built. It's not found. It can be built. So how do you build it? Well, Jen and I have lived this. If you're feeling maxed out, your biggest issue is not time. It's your brain doesn't know how to stop. You just keep going. So when Jen says, hey, I felt this recently, I felt it before as well. And we have 3 habits that we use to get through this. Mm-hmm. So if you're in this place and we're speaking to your heart right now, write these habits down.
Yeah, please take notes because and you reminded me of 2 of them this week when I was like, babe, I'm struggling.
Yeah. So habit number 1, this is my favorite. They're all great, but this is the one that really helps me personally.
And I'm the worst at.
It is true, but
autobiographical.
I'm not good at all of them, but this one I love and I'm pretty good at. Yeah, it's the 10-minute brain dump. That's step 1. So the habit is a 20-minute shutdown ritual every single day. The habit is a 20-minute shutdown ritual every day. Step 1 is the 10-minute brain dump, and you write everything down from the day. Step 2 of that after the brain dump is you choose your 3 priorities, your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. And then step 3, you physically close your laptop and you say out loud, work is complete today.
You do that?
I do that. Oh. Well, I'm not great at the last one,
there
but
you go.
I'm okay at it. But let's
walk away from it though.
Let's hit that again. 10-minute brain dump, write everything down. Look at your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. And then physically shut your laptop and say, work is done for today, or work is complete for today, or something like that. It sounds pretty simple. And it trains your nervous system to actually shut down. Because right now, your nervous system is acting like everything is an emergency. You can't build a strong body, a strong bank account, and a strong family when everything is operating out of emergency mode. The identity shift is I control when I turn it off. That's your identity shift. You control it now.
Yes. Yeah. This is huge for home life too. Because if you don't shut down intentionally, you bring unfinished energy into your home.
Yep. Have you ever heard that? I read it somewhere. I can't remember where it was. Someone asked how a guy shut it off when he came home, and he said he always grabbed there's a tree right as he pulled into the driveway. He got out of his car and he rubbed the leaves on the tree. And that was him basically rubbing everything that was going on out into that tree and then walking into his house fresh.
Interesting.
Yeah. I read it somewhere. I don't know where it was, but he did that. And that basically, he lifted everything from work that day and just left it in the tree.
Interesting.
Not part of our habits, but that just came to my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do like I get it. I like it. Yeah. And that physical act with the touch.
Yeah.
I like it. But bringing that unfinished energy into your home, your family will feel that.
Yep.
Right? Like even just a couple weeks ago, our son, who's also operating at max capacity, bless his heart, he's getting a college education on how to be a landlord. But he looked at me and goes, "You doing okay?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm busy. I'm busy." He goes, "No, seriously, you doing okay?" "I actually am, buddy. I'm good. I can see there's an end coming up. I've got some planned break time. I'm good. But thank you for checking in on me." Like your kids feel that shit.
Yep.
Right? Even if you don't say anything. And I love that, their kids know. Right? They just know. Right? So habit number 2, energy capacity. High performers love this lie. Autobiographical. I'll rest when things calm down. But the great thing about being a high performer, things will never calm down, right? It's part of the game. If you move at a high pace, it's always going to be high paced. Things don't calm down, they expand. So here's habit number 2, or the fuel standard, right? I need you to get 40 grams of protein by midday. We are fueling this performance. I'm looking at you, client. You know exactly who you are. Coming to train with me at 3 p.m. with just a cup of coffee in your stomach, expecting to get a great workout. I need 40 grams of protein in your stomach by midday. 7 hours of sleep as the floor. That's the baseline. Not the goal, the floor. If you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours and trying to build a body and business, you are operating on half a battery. Again, autobiographical, guys. I'm not going to sit here and throw stones unless I'm throwing them at myself. I've lived this. And no serious operator would tolerate that in their phone. Right? Half a battery? Shit, I got to plug this thing in. But you tolerated it in your body every day. Here's your identity shift. My energy funds my empire.
I love that line.
Ooh, power. And if your energy crashes, everything else does too. Love. I love empire statements. Makes me feel powerful. Habit number 3, decision capacity. This might be the biggest one. This is a big one for me. So is the nighttime ritual. I'm not very good at my nighttime ritual.
Yeah, but you do good at the protein.
I do very good at the protein because I get bitchy if I don't. And you're like, have you eaten today? No, I have not. This one is the biggest one, I think. Decision fatigue kills capacity. If you are making decisions all day, your brain gets tired. And when it's tired, you choose easy. Sound familiar, right? You choose easy, not aligned. That's when you skip workouts, you scroll all night, overspend, avoid conversations. Not because you don't care, but because you're drained. Yeah? So the third habit, remove 3 micro decisions this week. I want you to eat the same breakfast every single day. Done. Decision, done. Even better, log it all 7 days. Just log it. I need you to repeat dinners. Automate your savings. Fixed a workout time, like it's the same time every day. I'll take it one step further. Steve Jobs always wore the same outfit, every single different versions of same outfit. He wasn't wearing dirty clothes, but he wore that black turtleneck and jeans. He probably had 40 pairs of all of it, right? Why? To remove a micro decision. I don't want to decide what I need to wear today. If it were up to me, I'd walk around naked. That was just me. Boring systems, like handling these micro decisions ahead of time, boring systems create extraordinary lives.
I love that. I think that's why when I go into a cut, which normally you start to lose energy, and I do lose a little bit of energy, but I mean, you start to lose energy.
You get energized.
Because I have the same meals every single day. Everything you just said, the same meals. I have the workout. Everything is set because it has to be on a clockwork like that, and it just removes all that decision fatigue. That's what my day is.
And they're easy decisions.
Yeah.
They're simple decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people probably don't realize how much of a impact they make on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want variety. Guarantee you're eating the same thing every single day with a few exceptions. Yeah. Promise you.
So let's tie this together with excuse me, a few examples. So let's talk fitness. The first one, fitness. When you build capacity, the training becomes the standard. It doesn't become a negotiation. It becomes your standard. In finance, most bad decisions aren't from ignorance. They are from a mental depletion because wealth requires calm. Just tie that back in. Everything we've been talking about. If you're not calm, you've got capacity. It's because you're depleted and you're not calm. A stressed brain causes dopamine, impulse spending, avoidance, short-term thinking, all those things. Capacity gives you that long-term thinking, and that's what wealth is. It's the long-term thinking. And then look at family, the third one. Your family doesn't need more time. They need better energy is what they need.
Yeah. I don't want 8 hours with my kids and everybody's on our phones.
Yes, exactly. And when you build capacity, when you truly build the capacity, you stop bringing stress into your home and you start leading with presence. Those 3 habits we just talked about is how you start building capacity.
I want to change my answer. I do want 8 hours with my kids, even if they're on the phones. You guys should just move back in. Okay.
I don't know if they listen to us.
Oh man, guys, help us get no.
So let's start to wrap this up. If you feel maxed out, which I know a lot of you do, it's not because you're weak. I think we've established that. It's because your output outgrew or grew faster than your infrastructure.
Yeah.
Let that land. Your output grew faster than your infrastructure.
I love that.
Yeah. So this week, we build infrastructure, not hustle, not pressure, infrastructure.
Love. Making sure we have enough energy generators to fuel all of the electric vehicles. Infrastructure. No. All right, guys, here's your challenge for the next 7 days. I want you to practice, we want you to practice a 20-minute shutdown ritual. What does it look like? Let's also throw washing your face into this mix, Jennifer.
That's for you.
That's for me. I'm not so good at taking out my contacts.
The 20-minute shutdown ritual, if you're anything like me, and I know we have a lot of people listening like me, I'm telling you, you have no idea how much that's going to change your life. You got to do that. Okay, keep going.
You're very good at it. You're very good at that.
Yeah.
You're very good at that. So we're going to practice a 20-minute shutdown ritual. Number 2, 40 grams of protein by midday and 7 hours of sleep minimum. Number 3, I want you to remove 3 micro decisions. Keep it simple. Notice what changes. Maybe journal changes that you see. That's extra credit. That's extra credit. How's that? But notice what changes, not just physically, emotionally, in your home, in your business, in your clarity.
Yeah, and if you still need something to really move you over the edge to try these habits, listen closely. Capacity.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Capacity separates people who burn out from people who build a legacy. If that's what you want to do, you've got to start with these 3 habits. You don't need to do less. You need to carry more with less friction.
I love it. I want to wrap. That was really good, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next week, I do kind of want to keep going in this general direction. If you will join me on this journey, viewers, we talk about ownership next week because it's time to stop just earning. It's time to start building. So we will see you next week in week 3 of this series. And as always, guys, we'll talk to you next time.